person, Ross, on the phone, and he can answer any of your questions about women from his perspective. I may not agree with him, but I will find out what platforms we agree and disagree. Hi, Christian. Sup? So you guys can hear me. Okay, good. So Ross, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing. You said you've been doing it for 30-something years.
Well, I am the creator of speed seduction, which is a method to bypass all the rules and roles of the dating game so you can get directly to a woman's unconscious processes.
Okay.
One of the things I teach is there's no such...
I just want to make sure. Okay, so everybody heard you. It's speed seduction. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's your own method. How did you become uniquely qualified to come up with this, the program?
A lot of pain, a lot of mistakes. I was always the guy at parties and family gatherings who never had a girlfriend. In college, I was the big brother, the buddy, the best friend, but I could not break through that barrier. And then several years of suffering going by, I stumbled onto NLP. Neuro-linguistic programming.
Wait, you're going too fast. You're going too fast for me. Neuro-linguistic programming. So who taught neuro-linguistic programming?
Richard Bandler, a mathematician, and John Grinder, a linguist.
Okay.
And essentially, it's the study of how language can create states of emotion and states of consciousness in other people. Just as an example, and again, slow me down if I'm going too fast.
Okay.
Just as an example, if I want a woman to feel a state of comfort or a state of excitement or a state of attraction, there's a way to do that using language instead of relying on going on dates, which for most men is a form of gambling. You're taking that dart, you're trying to throw it against the wall in the darkness, hoping it will hit the target.
Okay, so let's slow down. Okay. So dating is a form of gambling?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? You're saying dating is a form of gambling?
For most men, yes.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because most men don't have a systematic way of creating attraction, creating desire in a woman. When you take a woman out for Italian food, you're not there to watch her shovel the pasta down her throat. You're there to see if you can create an attraction. But buying third-party entertainment like movies and meals is not is basically relying on getting lucky.
Wait, okay, so let me. So you don't approve of taking a woman out to eat on the first date? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say. I'm saying that that's not the primary thing you should focus on. If you want to share a meal, that's fine. But you better know how to talk during that meal in a way that creates intrigue and passion and desire.
Okay.
Because if you can't do that, then you're left empty-handed.
So basically what you're saying is you need to learn to communicate before you take anybody out on a date.
I don't even like the idea of dating.
Okay. So you're saying the best way to meet someone is...
my students.
What do you tell them to do? Just to, talk on the phone? I mean, what do you mean you don't like the idea of dating?
Go for a cup of coffee.
Oh,
go
yeah.
for a walk. But here's the problem, if I could, about dating. The problem with going out on a date is the woman has a checklist. Oh, he's got to look like this. He's got to make this much money. And if you don't fit the checklist, you're out. She's going to look at you through that checklist.
Why do you, can I ask you something, Ross? Because I've been single for 9.5 years. I went on several dates. I'm now in a relationship for a long time. And I never looked at a guy as a way to, get money out of him. That was just not my MO. So I don't know why you would generalize all women would be like that when I know for myself that, yes, do I have friends? Well, what are you saying then?
That's not what I said.
I don't want to, it sounds like we're getting in a hostile debate. We're not. I'm just curious as to why you would say that women are trying to find out about your money.
Hold on, you misheard what I said.
That's what I'm saying.
I said they have an entire checklist.
They have the checklist,
that
right?
may or may not be on their checklist.
Oh, okay. You're just giving examples.
They're going to look at you through that checklist, and I don't want someone looking at me through a checklist. That's not the way that you create a connection. It's not the way to do it.
Do guys do the same thing to women?
Yes, and it's primarily based on, I hate to say it, I'm not saying it should be this way. I'm not saying that I like it. But primarily, at least in the very beginning, in the first few minutes, it's based on her looks.
Absolutely.
Unless the guy's a little bit more involved.
Well, I mean, I think it's hard not to. I think for me, when I was going on dates, that obviously the first reaction would be looking at they say a picture says 1,000 words, so just think your first reaction is going to be yay or nay, and within that first 15 seconds, whether or not you're attracted or not. And I mean, I think you can grow more attracted, but I think if you're totally repulsed, that's a different story.
And that's the trick.
I see. So you're trying.
If I could just for a minute. If I could for a minute.
Yeah, sure.
That's the trick. That's the trick. How do you get past that first 5 minutes of judgment?
Yes.
And use your language.
Yes.
I'm saying, if I could for just 30 seconds, I'm saying you can learn to use what you say and how you get a woman talking to create states of desire and fascination, intrigue. So that initial first 5 minutes of being judged on your looks doesn't matter. It disappears from the entire equation.
Right.
That's what I'm claiming I can teach men how to do.
I got it. Okay. I got it. I think it would be great for women too, actually.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a famous French philosopher named Voltaire. Voltaire was an inspiration to me when I was a skinny, ugly college student who could not get a date. And Voltaire said, give me 10 minutes to talk away my ugly face, and I'll bed the Queen of France.
Oh my God, that's good. I can see where you're coming from. Okay, so here's what some of our listeners have been saying. They say, actually, Karen, you both are saying the same thing. So I think I happen to agree with you that a personality is so much more important ultimately than anything else. And a lot of people have it and are afraid to let it out and are very insecure, especially younger guys. So how do you overcome those kind of feelings of insecurity without I mean, if you're going to just give us a little quick mini course, and then obviously you can tell us how we can get further.
Yes, there's a couple ways to do it. First, it's picking the right kind of confidence. I say there's different kinds. There's acceptance confidence. Acceptance confidence means you accept that there's no guarantee. And so you're willing to walk into the unknown without needing a guarantee of success. And at the same time, you give the other person radical permission to have their first response to you. So if their first response is they're not particularly interested, that's okay. But you don't take that first response as written in stone. The second kind is what I call rehearsal confidence. And I teach this a lot to my students. It's being able to, in your mind, rehearse the way you would like to look, what you'd like to say, and the responses you'd like to get from the other person. So there's rehearsal confidence. And finally, there's learning confidence. There's the confidence that says no matter what happens, you have a great learning strategy, and you'll learn from every situation. So it's a very subtle thing. And if you're a man, you have to walk a certain line when it comes to sexuality. You have to walk the line between, you don't want to be like horny on the one hand, and on the other hand being frozen. So you need to learn to walk that middle path of being a guy who's comfortable with his sexuality without throwing it in a woman's face or without turning away from it, trying to freeze it and pretend it's not there. So when you can learn to do those things, and finally learn to use your language in a way that reaches into a woman's imagination. For example, poetry. Poetry reaches people of all genders. Why? Because language can create emotional states in people. So why not learn to use your language so you can consistently and predictably create those emotional states in women? And that's my outrageous claim.
Okay.
My outrageous claim.
Use poetry. I'm going to sum it up in 2 words. Use poetry. No, I'm just kidding around.
No.
So a couple things that I 100% agree with you that confidence is pretty much the driving force in what attracts men to women and vice versa. I think that if you don't have confidence, nobody wants to be around you. And then I agree with you that there's different types of confidence, and there's a difference between cocky and being confident. And it's something that inherently you have to embody. You have to be able to be real secure with yourself. So you're basically saying that you have different techniques that you apply in your courses that you teach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And what I'm saying is there's different kinds of confidence to aim at, depending on the type of student. Some students are already so stuck in their head, getting them to rehearse more is just going to feed into that problem. For those kind of students, I would teach them acceptance confidence.
I got it.
For some students, I would teach them to do some pretty ridiculous things, as I say. Never underestimate the power of the absurd and the ridiculous to break through people's barriers. So I would give them assignments that involve them doing things that may embarrass them a little bit, but through that, they learn that it's no big deal to be a little embarrassed.
So you kind of like are having them say like funny things or outlandish things, and just a way to just break down the barrier. I mean, I think that my son is a stand-up comedian, and so he uses his comedy a lot of the times to say like crazy things, and sometimes it works, and sometimes these women are like, you know, what's wrong with this guy? You know,
well,
you have.
I think you can display it. I think you can display a sense of humor without turning into all respect to your friend. I'm sure he's very talented. I don't recommend that people try to play the comedian, because then the woman goes home and sleeps with a guy who knows how to be confident and alpha. But having a sense of humor is part of what attracts women for sure. Absolutely, scientifically, 100% true. It's just simply not enough. It's required. It's necessary, but it's not sufficient. There's a distinction between the two.
What? The sense of humor?
I said having a sense of humor is necessary, but it's not sufficient. You have to have it, but that by itself won't get you there.
Sure. Okay, so someone wants to know if you know David D'Angelo.
He started out as a student of mine. I'm going to make these outrageous claims, but it's true. He started out as a student of mine. His real name is Eben Pagan. And he was my student, Eben. Yep.
Okay.
I do indeed know him.
Okay. Other questions that you guys have for Ross. So Ross was the creator, or the teacher, and these were the students. What other questions do you have for him? People that are just joining us: CKA85, Al Duen, Zam, Bryson, Mr. Piratebrain, Bonker. You guys have questions for Ross? A lot of these guys. There we go. They're saying thank you. So I'm just waiting. There's a little bit of a delay, unfortunately, Ross. So.
Well, while you're waiting for a question, can I say a couple of other things?
Sure.
Well, here's what I want to say to guys. Look, dating basically is for women you're already sleeping with.
Wait. Slow down. Dating is for a woman that you're already sleeping with. Okay. And I think what you're saying is...
Shocking statement.
Well, no, I don't think it's shocking. I don't think it's shocking, and I kind of agree with you. I would never want to go, and I know women who would go out on a date just to get a meal. And I've had guys say that to me. Well, do you want to go for a meal with me? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go for a meal with you. I think I'd just like to meet you for a cup of coffee or even a drink. But I mean,
exactly.
and the reason being is that why waste either of our time if there's no connection whatsoever? That's how I feel. And and really, I think within 45 minutes, whether or not this is going to go yay or nay. And then the meal, I agree with you. And then I thought it's an insecure thing to say was, well, the guy would say to me, well, the worst that can happen is you have a good meal out of it. No, I'd rather have a meal at McDonald's by myself than have a meal with someone I'm really not, into. So anyway, but, okay. So apparently, Frank says this guy is awesome. Let's see. Ask Ross. Ask Ross.
I agree.
Okay, ask Ross if he's married and how old he is.
Am I married and how old I am? You never asked woman what she weighs or what a man's age is. So no, I'm not married. But I am in a loving relationship with a fantastic partner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in marriage. Never have. Never will.
Okay. Well, I guess you and I are once again on the same page. I mean, I did believe in marriage, and I was married. I don't know if you know any of my backstory, that I'm a widow. I was married for 24 years. And when I became single, I had a period of time, like a year and a half or so, where I dated quite a bit. And then I'm now currently in a relationship with someone for 9.5 years. And, you know, I don't believe a piece of paper should keep people together. I think it's got to be, you know, the connection.
Amen.
Yeah.
You are speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Amen.
So far we haven't had a lot of disagreements. I'm curious as to how, like, a lot of people say, what lines do you use, you know, and I'm not a big line user. What do you think about that?
I say there's like 2 or 3 different approaches. This one always gets them. I'll walk up to them and say, excuse me, but I owe you a huge apology. And they'll look at me thinking like, what? And I'll say, my mother taught me it was rude to stare. But since I saw you, I have not been able to take my eyes off you. My name is Ross.
Ross, I have to say, that reminds me of a guy saying to me, is your last name Campbell because you are good? Come on, really? I would be like...
Yeah, my God, that works. Well, now look, you have to do it, hold on a second. You have to deliver it in a certain way.
Yeah.
You have to deliver it matter of fact with a twinkle in your eye.
Well, you have to be sincere.
If you deliver it in the right way, it knocks women galley west. It just, they love it. Another one I would say is, excuse me, I was leaving, but when I saw you, you stopped me dead in my tracks, and I had to come back and say, hi, my name is. And when you do it matter-of-factly, not from a place of need or a place of demanding, see, it's very tricky. You can't come from a place of being needy. You can't come from a place of being angry and demanding and expecting entitlement.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
You come from a place where it's matter of fact. Mm-hmm. You're being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Sticking your head out there, but you're also being cocky, a little cocky, and you're being funny. And all those vibes combined are very attractive to other people, male and female. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you that you have to have that inner confidence, and I mean, you definitely. Now, what I don't like, and that's why when I heard pickup artists, it kind of like was, whoa. What I don't like is our games that some of the pickup artists, and I don't know if you do this, do like negging or that kind of stuff. I mean,
that's not me.
I was like, whoa. That's not you. Good to know. Because I don't think that's the way you treat any human being. You don't put them down just to try to get yourself up.
Lori.
Oh, I'm Karen.
I have to make this point very clear.
Hey, my name is KarenLee, by the way, not Lori. I don't know who Lori is.
I'm sorry. Listen, I do not teach that. I don't agree with it. That's the mystery method. I know those guys, but I've never worked with them. I've refused to work with them exactly because I don't like that kind of thing.
Very good. Okay, more comments here. I've been told by many women that I have safe written on my forehead. Is that a good thing or a bad thing when trying to meet women?
That he has what written on his forehead?
Safe.
Safe.
S-A-F-E. Safe, like being, that he won't be harmful. Safe, the opposite of harmful.
Safe. Well, the problem with being safe, I'm just not hearing you properly. Spell it one more time.
S like Sam, A like apple, F like Frank, E like egg. Safe.
Yes, safe.
Yes.
The problem with being safe is if that's the only thing you can generate in a woman, then you're going to wind up being big buddy, the brother.
No, he's saying that when he meets women, he has that word safe written on his forehead, I think. So I'm not sure if it's the first impression or if it's after he's talked to them for a while.
Doesn't matter. There's got to be a little bit of tension. If you can't build some sexual tension, then safe is nice, but you're just going to wind up being the big brother.
Yeah. I was thinking that it's the kind of saying friend zone type of thing. Okay, be yourself. Let's see. Here's someone named Celtic Warrior says, be yourself when you're around any woman. If you want a real truthful woman, you must be truthful to her and yourself. If the chemistry is there, it will bond.
No.
Oh, no.
No. Here's why. What if yourself is stumbling, shy, has a lot of low self-esteem? Should you not try to improve that? Should you just accept that that's yourself? Why is developing new communication skills somehow betraying yourself? Now, if he means be sincere in your answers, don't pretend to like skiing when you don't, I agree with him. But to say just be yourself is really saying, I want to hold to my narrow, habitual ways of looking at the world and seeing the world. And that, to me, is quite limiting and quite an unhappy place to be in.
Well, I guess it really depends on the person. If the person's done a lot of work and is already in a good place, then they should be themselves. If the person is inherently insecure and scared to talk to women, then I could see where being yourself would be saying, yeah, I'm really, really shy, so I shouldn't try to improve. And I think everybody needs to improve, especially if they have some insecurities that, prohibit them from being, able to talk to women and look them in the eye and be, have a confident stance, etc. So,
I would agree.
Okay. Were you the writer of the movie They Still Called Me Bruce? Or am I guessing it was a different Ross?
Oh, my God. How did they know that? I was one of the writers on that, and I'm ashamed of it. How do they know that?
Okay, let me ask. CKA. He's saying he was one of the writers, and how did you know that? Okay, let's see. Someone says, I think Mystery is a clown. Paul saying the guy with the safe on his forehead saying first impressions. Let's see. I need to okay, never mind. We're talking about some guys who are off track here. Okay, so we'll find out why they were able to know about. You want to talk about the movie?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, he doesn't want to talk about that. He's moved on from that CKA 85. Your history just follows you. Yeah, it was a disaster, I guess. Okay. I think, Mr. Piratebrain, I think Mystery is a clown. I don't know what that means, but maybe you can help us out with it.
I think he's saying that he disagrees with his method, which appears to be silly and absurd. I think for the most part that's true. However, Mystery as a person is a good guy. I know Eric. He's not a bad guy. He's just misunderstood. He's been ripped off by a lot of people and is sort of an emotional guy. His method, I don't agree with for the most part. There's some genius in it. And if everyone out there is pretty much either ripped me off or ripped off Mystery. So I understand where he's coming from. I don't agree with 90% of what he's teaching. Some of it is useful if you're in a bar and a club and you need to break into a group of women, then you need those skill sets. I don't teach that skill set.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. See, now what do you do with these guys? And there's so many guys that like say random things to me on the internet, like I should be massaging your supple shoulders right now. Off track, I'm being confident. So what do you say to those guys that feel like they're keyboard warriors? They could say whatever they want, but in person they freeze up.
Oh my God. I have so many of those who start out as my students. What I say is you need a really good coach and a really good guide to steer you in the right path, because you're probably so stuck in your ways, you're never going to go out of it. Which, by the way, at the end, I have a gift for everyone who's listening. So,
did you hear that?
We're approaching that point.
Well, we are approaching fairly soon, so there is going to be a gift for everyone that's on the live stream right now, and also those that are going to be watching this later. A lot of people watch this later, so you guys are going to get a gift. Let's hear. Another one says, Karen, if people should be themselves, they would not be here. I think of being here, we need help. Okay, so what he's saying that he needs your help because he's shy with women. I'm one of the guys with low self-esteem. I'm working on it. So there are a lot of guys that are on here that talk to me all the time about to get a woman's perspective. And what I recommend is pretty much what you're saying, which is, you need to become sure of yourself. And if you need help from a coach, that's great. If you want to read books, that's great. If you want to take your course, that's great. There's all kinds of ways that you can improve on yourself, regardless if you're looking for a woman, because I don't think you can be in a relationship with a woman until you've really worked a lot on trying to figure out who you are, what your passions are. I mean, that's my philosophy. I don't know how that fits in with yours.
I wouldn't wait. I think that's certainly very useful. But if you know my stuff, you don't have to be there in your life. Trust me. I have students who are unemployed who get women. Students who are fat, bald. One of my students who came to my event in Chicago, I swear to you, has no arms and no legs, and he seduced my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I know this because she worked at my seminars at the time, helped me out in the back of the room.
No, it's funny because I do agree with you that, I've done videos about, women. Plenty of my friends are very attracted to bald men. They don't, short men, bald men, guys with small dicks. I mean, people are attracted to what they're attracted to. But the truth of the matter is that they
I can't
do.
believe you just said that.
Oh, you haven't been listening to my show. That didn't surprise any of these guys, right? I'm pretty open about everything. I don't have a problem talking about stuff like that, especially because that's like my number one question that I get asked. And maybe you could answer this, why are guys so obsessed with their penis size?
I don't know, dear. It's just a cultural sign of masculinity. I don't need to be obsessed with it because I'm going to get a reduction, actually. I whip it out. My girlfriend's terrified.
Okay, we call you the animal. Let's see.
They call me Anaconda.
The anaconda? Okay, yeah, I have a pet cock Willie that when anybody ever, it's like a little statue of, and I don't have it with me, but it's a little statue that was given to me at one of the sexual health conventions, and I pull that out when anybody brings up how important is their penis size, because it really is like the number one question that inherently I get asked, once or twice a week minimally. Okay, so it doesn't surprise any of my guys here, though. But I think that, again, people worrying about stuff like that, I mean, when they should be worried about so many much more important things, it's just, ludicrous to focus on that.
Being a good lover is part of what I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I have a 12-part webinar training that's absolutely free, and how to be the best lover she's ever had is one of the modules. I think it's module 5. We haven't started it yet, but it's going to start very soon.
And how important do you teach listening skills? To me, that's super, super important. That someone really needs to listen.
Yes. And you have to know how to nudge the conversation in a certain way. If a woman's blabbering on and on and on, you have to know how to get her talking about the things that get her excited. You ever notice, guys who are listening to me out there, you ever have a woman in a fight with you, and the more she talks, the angrier she gets? So we may as well use that phenomenon, get her talking about being attracted and being aroused, because what women talk about tends to be what they feel. So get her talking about something that arouses her, and so she will become aroused, and then you can link that to yourself, and you're off to the races. That's the basics of it.
So
you get a woman talking about.
So you're saying get a woman talking about what she's passionate about, or what she has.
That's the start. Exactly.
Get her ranting.
That's the start. Yep, that's the start.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to get at here. Okay, so we are running a little bit out of time here. Is there something you wanted to give away a freebie?
Yes, I have a series. We're doing a series of 12 weeks of webinars, and I don't know when you're listening to it. We're going to be repeating them in a cycle. But if you want to get on it, it's completely free. Here's what you do. Text the word RJ Webinar. It's all one word in capital letters. RJ Webinar.
RJ Webinar.
Capital letters.
Okay.
To 44222. That's 44222. And you'll get notifications on when these webinars are going to be held. Once again, it's RJ Webinar to
Awesome. Okay. Well, this has been a really enlightening talk. I really think that some of these guys will like to come to your webinar and check out what you got to say. If you're interested, you know how to do it. And again, if you're just joining me now, make sure to give a thumbs up to this video. And I look forward to talking to you guys more tomorrow and finding out what you thought about Ross's philosophies in more detail. And if you have more comments about what Ross said during this video, please put them in the description box below in the comment section. And that's about it, Ross. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you. My pleasure. And I hope it's a wonderful day out there where you are.
Oh, I'm in Chicago, and it is sunny and 88. It's beautiful. So.
Oh my goodness, I love Lincoln Park. Take a stroll in Lincoln Park.
I will definitely do that. Thanks again, Ross. Bye-bye.
My pleasure.
Okay, so that was Ross. Eric said, I'm reading Karen's body language, and she looks bored, blah, 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 blah. We won't get spam on our phone, will we? No, I don't know. You know what? It was interesting hearing what he had to say. I'm not sure I agree with a lot of it, but I do agree with some of it. And I think with everybody, I like to listen to different points of view. And you guys are certainly smart enough to make your own decisions as to how you want to behave. But I would like to hear what you all had to say. If you're watching this later on, please make sure that you comment below. And the guys that have been part of this now, please let me know what your thoughts are. You know, I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say and how this fits into your own life and how you feel like if this made sense to you at all. Or did it seem a little gamey? And I don't know. Eric said, I think I just heard his spaceship taking off. Let's see. I hear Bean is saying feminists want a feminist man. I'm not sure what that means. Paul said Nina Hartley is a devout feminist. I don't think he said that. I don't think he has a problem necessarily with feminists. I don't know that he said anything about that. Oh, Frank is saying never date a feminist. Okay. Well, Frank, I don't know if I agree with you at all on that because I think it's important to have women speak their mind. And if that's me calling me a feminist, then you're listening to a feminist. Again, you're never always going to agree with these people, but it's good to hear what they have to say. Hopefully you did learn a little bit from it. And if not, let me know what you disagreed with. I'm really curious to what your thoughts are and what Ross Jeffries had to say. If you want to see, and I think he gave all the information within the last couple minutes of this, so you can go back and listen to it if you want. And Paul is saying, bingo. David D'Angelo said, I think you will like him better. Yeah, I mean, I've met a lot of pickup artists, and I actually am going to be speaking at a pickup artist convention in September, which I will give you guys more information on, being held by Vince Kelvin, and he's the guy with the pink mohawk, and so I think it'd be fun for you guys to listen to that or see that or come to that or whatever. So when will you and Anaconda be taking that stroll in Lincoln Park? Now, I think it's pretty clear that that will not be happening. I hope that I came across as being an open listener, and that's what I wanted to happen. And you guys are all the best. You know, I love you all. Still waiting for some of you guys to join me on Patreon, even for $5 a month. It would really help a lot to know that you supported me there. And, you know, I love you. I will talk to you tomorrow. If you've got any topics that you want me to discuss, please put them down below. And keep spreading the love. Love you guys. Bye-bye.